Hello everyone, I'm Marcy Capadonna. I'm your luxury ambassador for the state of Ohio for the Schmidt family of companies. I want to welcome you to my little talk today about orientation to luxury real estate. So I have some notes here so I don't forget anything to tell you. So my question would be, do you have an interest in luxury real estate? Are you curious about it? Are you wondering if it's something to include in your career path? Let's take a few minutes and learn about luxury real estate and the Coldwell Banker Schmidt programs available to you. There's extraordinary tools and support that I want to introduce to you. And just let's go over the whole idea of luxury real estate. So first of all, let's define luxury real estate. That would be properties, residential properties, valued at $500,000 and above. $500,000 and above. That constitutes, in general, luxury real estate in Northeastern Ohio. So the first thing I would suggest to you is to study your market and see in your market, whatever you define that as, how many homes fit that category. How many homes sell a year over 500,000? How many are listed a year? How many expire? How many are withdrawn from the market and don't sell? And how many homes are being sold for sale by owner or offered for sale by owner $500,000 and above? You'll find in general, there's barely a market that's not touched by this price range. Some more than others, but again, you probably are not working in just one community. Your office may have one address in one city, but you have an expansive array of where you can list and sell real estate that's available to you. So the first thing I would do is I would become knowledgeable about the market. I would study the market. I would study the inventory, and I would look at some of the numbers. So what do I mean by studying inventory and studying the market? So I would go online and I would start to look at the homes. Now, because of COVID, we're not going to be able to go into houses, but hopefully that'll be lifted soon, and you can go to tour them. You can visit them on a Sunday for an open house. You can make appointments to preview these homes. And I encourage you to get in to see as many of these homes as possible. In lieu of being able to go in physically, certainly you want to study them online. And I do mean study. Look at the cabinets, read the remarks. What are the finishes? What are the brand names that you're seeing in our market? And then we'd like to talk about the idea of studying the numbers and statistics of these homes. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, in a given year, how many homes are listed and are sold in your community? How many are listed and how many sell? There's a ratio right there. How many homes are listed a year over 500,000 in a certain area, and how many of those sell a year? That's an important number to know. It's a ratio between list and sale. There's also a ratio between the list price and the sales price. Is it 97%? Is it 92%? What is the percentage of asking price does the home sell for in the luxury space? You also want to become knowledgeable about cost per square foot. You want to become knowledgeable about days on the market. How long does it take to sell these homes? And it's going to be different from community to community, but these are some of the things I want you to become familiar with. So let's back up for 1 second. When we're talking about selling luxury real estate, there's a question in many people's minds, many agents' minds, and here's the question. Can I really do it? Can I sell luxury real estate? Some of you will say, I don't know anybody in the luxury realm. I don't know anybody that lives in a $1 million house or a luxury home. I don't live in a luxury home or a luxury neighborhood. And some people say, I don't have the right friends, I don't have the right background, I don't have the right sphere. So all of those things I can understand could be a question or a concern, but I submit to you, it's not can I do it, it's how can I do it. So I'm going to help you if you'll stick with me and train with me in our luxury programs. I'm going to show you how you can do it. And I mean each and every one of you can do it. So I want you to also understand that there's some mythology attached to selling luxury real estate. I want you to I want to dislodge those myths from your thinking. And I want you to reject the notion of the random nature of the real estate business. There's a randomness to the business. You'll see agents in your own offices who are sort of waiting to be given a phone call. They're waiting for someone to walk into an open house. They're waiting to get a referral. And to a great degree, there is a waiting piece to the business. But I submit again to you that you can take action and you can reject the random nature in the business, and you can begin to take control of the direction of your own business. So we can talk about that going forward. So when we talk about we have to talk about things like focus, commitment, and learning. So your first job in breaking into the luxury business would be to develop a luxury database. So I'm going to presume that you already know that you should have a database in general. A database is a list of people to whom you are going to market and set yourself up as being the real estate expert to those people. So these are people that you know, and they could be people in your phone. I often tell people to take your phone and go to contacts, scroll to the bottom. It will tell you how many contacts you have. Now, if we take out of that mix your mom that's in a nursing home, let's take out your 11-year-old nephew, let's take out other realtors. In other words, let's take out people from this list for a minute that are not likely to ever buy and sell real estate in the near future or in the next 5 years. But that leaves you with a whole bunch of names remaining. That's the start of your database. And with very few exceptions, many of you have 300, 500, 800 names in your phone. So even if I cut that in half, that's still a very healthy start to a database. So I want you to think about using that as your basis for your database. And we're going to use that as your basis for growing your luxury database. So you will actually have two databases. One will be your luxury database, one will be your regular database. And your regular database and luxury may overlap, and that's fine. So, and it's not necessarily going to be extremely clear cut. There's some melding of the lines, some blurring of the lines. Again, we can teach a whole class on that. I just want you to know it's a very important job for you to begin to develop a luxury database of at least 50 names. So we'll start with that. Additionally, I want you to focus on learning about the inventory, learning about styles of homes, construction, components, quality features, and quality design. So how do you learn about that in addition to going and previewing homes or going online and studying our inventory? I want you to think about going to subscribe to some magazines like Architectural Digest is a big one. They are very wonderful about providing you insight as to luxury materials, finishes, the correct way to describe them. And I would suggest very strongly that you do read Architectural Digest. And again, become familiar with builder models, builder inventory, luxury builders. Go ask a builder to meet you at one of his luxury homes under construction. Have him walk you through that home and explain the components of that property to you. That would be super. That would be a really good way of learning inventory. Also, you want to learn about clientele differences. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, so somewhere in your mind and your heart, you already know that there's probably a difference between the buyer you'll be working with to show them a home for $180,000 and the buyer you're working with that you'll be showing a home that's worth $800,000. You probably recognize there's some differences. You may not know what those differences are, but you are correct to assume that there are some definite differences in the way you would react, the way they will react, and things that you need to provide for them. So one of those layers that are going to separate the luxury buyer from your standard garden variety buyer, your first time buyer, your move-up buyer, would be the added layer of their motive. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, so let's say you meet a young couple. They live in a condo, and she's pregnant with her first baby. And she says, we're having a baby, we're living in a two-bedroom condo, we don't have a yard, we want to get a dog, and we want a yard, and we want space for our baby, and we don't have any space here. This was great when we were just the two of us, but now we want to start our family. That's a very clear motive. It's a motive you see regularly. Now, what I'm suggesting to you is that your $800,000 buyer is going to have a more veiled motive. Because the first thing I want you to understand is that they don't have to buy anything probably. They are already owning a home. It's probably a pretty nice home. So the have to is not there. It's certainly not there overtly. It would be a more covert or more hidden motive. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion. So we would need to become adept at questions as to uncovering why this person in this family is looking to move. So that's something we can talk about at great length, and we will in the luxury training. But the same thing with a seller. When you go in a listing appointment for a property, a little bungalow somewhere for $180,000 again, and you go in a listing appointment for $800,000, you probably know, you sense that there will be a difference in your presentation. And you're right, there is a difference. And again, I'm going to suggest to you that this seller's motive is going to be low and maybe appearing like as if there's no motive, or a very ambiguous motive, an arbitrary motive, very covert. So your job would be to uncover that motive and learn the skilled set of questions. Also understand that your client that's got that has the funds to buy an expensive house possibly has earned that money through his successes, through their successes, the couple, the wife, the husband, their business successes, and they may be a very strong personality. Maybe a personality that you're not used to working with. So we need to learn how to work around, because to that buyer, it's not so much about the money. It might be about winning, or it's about meeting a need that you have not yet uncovered. So to uncover those needs, understand the personality types, understand the motive is going to be very key to your success in the luxury business. So now let's talk about what Coldwell Banker Global Luxury can offer you. Wow, that's all I can say. First of all, Coldwell Banker has partnered with the Institute of Luxury Home Marketing to provide you with the most fabulous training certification program available on luxury housing. So that's something that we do offer through Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. It's offered a few times a year, and you can check with me if you're interested in knowing more details on that. Number two, this is in no particular order, there's just so many great things. Coldwell Banker has a global luxury website that's separate from our regular website. So your luxury seller automatically goes on this website. The buyers don't have to search through, $120,000 condos to find the luxury section. It's a website unto itself, and it's so beautiful. You must go in and look at it. There's also a blog on the website that you can use and download link pieces to your Facebook page or send to your clients. We can also offer our sellers syndication. So the syndication piece is advertising on the following digital resources: the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Unique Homes Magazine, and the Robb Report and now they've added Barron's. So your seller will be listed on all those venues every day for free until their home sells. No other real estate company can offer that, and I do mean none. So that in and of itself is going to set you apart. Also, the Schmidt family has a wonderful magazine they publish once a year, and there's an annual mailing. They mailed last year 3,500 of these magazines at their expense in all of our markets, and then provided us with the addresses so we could follow up. That's a gift right there that you'll never ever see anybody else do for you. So they jumpstart a farm for you already with their wonderful magazine. The magazine itself can be downloaded. It's on the Schmidt resources page in the luxury tile. I encourage you to look at that. We have a marketing team in Michigan that will offer you all kinds of benefits at no charge. Designing postcards for your listing, designing brochures for your listing. Then we have JD, our social media guru, will design a social media campaign for your high-end listing, no charge. The materials that we offer are the most beautiful materials that you'll ever see. We have a beautiful black box that our presentation comes in. And there's a ask your managers maybe to review this with you, or I'll be happy to review it with you in person, or we can do a meeting on the phone or Zoom or whatever. We have a black book, we call it the black book. It's your listing presentation. We have the magazines. We have a corporate magazine. We have the Schmidt magazine. We have a magazine called The List, which is a beautiful coffee table quality magazine, as they all are. So we have gorgeous materials that are available to you to use. And we have, of course, the other piece, which we have the relocation piece that you can offer to your sellers. That we have luxury relocation buyers assigned to our company throughout the year. Many other real estate companies have no relocation department. We not only have a relocation department, we have wonderful affinity partners. We have in excess of 40 relationships with relocation and affinity companies to provide buyers for your luxury listing. Okay, so let's conclude. First of all, I'm suggesting to you to think about going into the luxury business. You want to start to learn the luxury inventory in your market. Learn about statistics, become a numbers expert. This is very easy to do because it doesn't require any experience on your part. So rather than focusing on, oh, I've never sold a luxury home, let's focus on what you can do, and that is become an inventory expert and a statistical expert. Number 2, learn the Coldwell Banker Luxury Program. Spend time on the Schmidt resources page, the luxury tile, and study all the options available to you and to your clients. Commit to developing a luxury database. I cannot stress how important this is. From this will come the seeds of the success of your future luxury real estate business. And so you want to focus on the business, think about it, focus on it, and become luxury certified. So look at checking into when the classes will be next. We have our first digital class coming up next week. I think those are closed to everybody from here on in, but perhaps I'll be doing digital classes going forward as well as live classes. So stay tuned for more information on that. So in finalizing this little overview for you, you can, with intention, master the luxury home real estate market. Coldwell Banker has the best tools in the industry, bar none. I want you to believe in yourself as I believe in you. Be bold and go forth. Stay tuned for more luxury classes with me on a monthly basis. I look forward to working with you and helping you. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.